Well, here we go. The struggle is definitely real on this one. I'm telling you. Park your bus up in the yard thinking, oh, it's a good spot. Keep it out of the way. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. Yeah. Now, we're going to be on hold awaiting the arrival of a big rig wrecker to get this thing out. Apparently, lots of rain equals mud, and mud to something this heavy equals it sinks. Sinks pretty good. Apparently them big diesel motors, they weigh a lot. So, this goes.
Since Kyle's home, we're gonna put him to work. I got you. Tell him what we're doing.
I have power.
Yes, you have power. Thank you. Tell him what you're doing.
Well, I guess today I'm just going to work on trying to remove some of the trim pieces, get rid of the guards that go over the heater hoses, may even go as far as to start removing some of the air conditioning system covers to see exactly what we're going to be getting into.
In fact, because we have these things. I don't remember buses having these things, but we have these things.
It's not exactly a turbine, but I think I can figure it out.
Yeah. So we're gonna start up here.
Yep, start pulling
And work
trim.
our way down the middle.
We're going to save the nice pieces of chrome trimming
Okay.
because we can repurpose that later.
Are we gonna save any of the rubber?
Yes.
What are we saving it for?
Cargo bins.
To line them?
Skid and soundproofing.
Are we gonna use any of them for banding purposes too?
Yes, for softeners to keep from damaging any of the tanks and the holding tanks and everything else. Yeah.
Awesome. Here we go. So we got all the screws out of the center line, right?
Yep.
And we're saving those strips.
Yep.
What are they going to be used for? Do we know yet?
Well, I'm thinking some of the trim work that we're going to be doing, because these are aluminum, and if you go through the right sequence using different forms of steel wool and buffing compounds, like what you would use if you were trying to polish up stainless or aluminum rims. You could. Blue Magic is one of my favorite, and then after you get done buffing and polishing the aluminum, you can actually give it almost a chrome sheen that takes quite a long time to turn, especially if it's in an indoor environment. And once you give it that nice polished look, it could make for some really nice trim, so I'm thinking it would be something handy, especially when we do the dash.
Okay. And with it being inside, it'll be easy to maintain.
Yes.
Just polish occasionally.
Yeah.
Like maybe once a month.
Pretty much.
Ish. Okay. And now you're going to do what?
Start removing the screws on the side so we can expose the floor and hopefully start rolling up a rubber here pretty soon.
Okay, so you're gonna go around the wheel well and all the way down the sides.
All the way down the whole side.
All right.
Both sides.
Let's get to it then. What is that we're looking at?
Okay, this is called the sending unit for the fuel tank.
Okay.
So the reason that this is here is because without this, if you were to need to do any kind of maintenance to the sending unit, you would have to drop this fuel tank. And this is a rather large fuel tank. And if it goes out while you have a full tank,
We're
good luck.
Okay, so...
And it's housed inside of a steel casing, so it's definitely...
Okay, so access panel in the bottom of a cabinet? Or under the couch?
Right here, this
Probably
is
under
going
a
to put
couch.
it directly underneath a portion of your kitchen cabinetry.
So we need to extend the cabinet a little bit to make sure that that's accessible.
Yes, we'll leave an access panel in the bottom of the cabinet so we can easily
So
get
like
in.
a false bottom?
like a false bottom to where we could access this later on.
Okay.
Because this always needs to be accessible. And I have seen a lot of schooly people that delete this because I guess they just don't know what it is, or by the time they figured it out, it's too late. But this is actually important. You want to make sure you always have access to the top of this tank. Otherwise, if in the event it ever goes out, you're going to be in a world of trouble.
Okay, so we need to make sure that that is something that's not going to get covered up. How far? Okay. So we found out this was rotted. So there is some wet. But as you're going through the flooring here, I got some marked. They are a T30 torque spit. So can't see it. Put it in the light. There you go. T30. Get as many of those out as possible. You can break around them, but it's easier to try to get as much out as you can. That's how much we've gotten out so far. So he's pulling the screws that didn't come out with the torch bits. There wasn't a whole lot of them, so he's just going through and making sure we get all of them up.